We survived another week and we are back. Ready to have some fun, go down the rabbit hole of craziness, and it's going to be a great time. So, Ashley, good to see you, dear. How you doing? Good to have you with us. We got Wild Angel, we got Hope Giver. Hi, Mom. How you doing? And let's see, who else is hiding back here? Oh, Rose, the lovely Rose. Freaky Friday. Woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah, it's like the trade noise. And Jabon, hey, I know that guy. Let the craziness begin. Yes, well said. I like that. Sounds like something I might say. Go figure. And Wild Angel says, hi, everyone. And yes, Wild Angel is back. It's been kind of a crazy week. I want to know, how has your guys' week been? Good. Yeah, words. They're hard today. Either way, we're going to have some fun. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole. And we're kind of doing a both-way session today. Because the question is, of course, is the beginning of the bowl or the end of the world? What's it going to be? Well, that pretty much covers everything in between. But there's some interesting connections going on between social media, newscasts, the government, and what's actually happening in the world. So it'll be interesting. Let's go find out what's going to happen today. But as you know, first of all, mi casa is su casa. So kick back, relax, stay a while, leave your shoes at the door, make yourself a drink. Better yet, make it two. It could be a little wild. And chips, snacks, everything's great. Don't open the M&M minis. They are actually filled with Skittles. It really screws you up. You expect chocolate, you get Skittles. It's evil. But as you know, whatever you want to do, we're here. You got questions, toss them in the audience. Let us know. And hey, remember, if you're one of the VIP family members, you get to jump up here every Friday on stage with us and have some fun. Or not. You can sit back and laugh and just watch the craziness unfold. But if you guys are ready. Right, Miss Michelle says, I just got back from Orlando. Cool. Welcome back from Florida. I want to hear all about that. Why were you in Orlando? What was going on? Got my drink in hand. Yeah, I love it. Ash says, hi, Angel. Rose says, hi, Ashley. Everyone's like, hi, guys. So, yeah, let us know. Wild Angel just got back from Kansas City. That was pretty exciting. We're going to hear all about it. In fact, let's start right now. Let's bring her on up. None other than Miss Wild Angel. How you doing, love?
Hi, everybody. Sorry, running a little jet lag today.
That's what the delayed reaction is. Okay, I thought it was just me.
No, everything's delayed for me today.
Well, you've been gone for what, 5 days?
I left Sunday. Yeah, got back late last night.
So, tell us about it. How was it?
It was kind of fun. First time I've gotten to travel for work. And Michelle, I was at a convention as well in Kansas City. Had a very few trade or industry people, but there were a few. No, it was a lot of fun. They hosted, let's see, my group did axe throwing one night. We did a baseball game on Wednesday night with the Kansas City Royals and Detroit Tigers. Definitely the food down there is much more spiced than I'm used to. I had heartburn half the trip. But not spicy as in heat, like you'd think, like carne asada or something like that, but Southwest spicy. It was definitely different. Got to meet some really interesting people.
Well, you have to tell us about it, but let's
keynote speakers.
Before we dive into that too far, because I want everybody to enjoy this, because you got some stories to tell. I know, I heard them. They're pretty cool. So let's get everybody up here. Instead of dragging it out too long, let's just get this party rocking. So, of course, ain't going to be a party unless we have a whole slew of people. So we're just going to start bringing them up. So, of course, it's never a party without Mr. Cyril here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, man. It's been a while. We missed you last week.
Yeah, sorry. It's been busy.
Has it? Good, good.
Better
Anything
than
new and
boring.
exciting?
Well, I'm looking forward to 4 weeks from today, because I will be going on my anniversary trip with the wife. So we do that every year, and it's always a good time. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. That sounds like fun. Hey, what's an anniversary trip? I have no idea. What do you do with that? I'm going to get myself in trouble. I know. I am. I'm totally slacking. Hey, in my defense, she just left me at home for a week to work on a car, so. But anyway, let's bring everybody up here because I want to find out more about, the Kansas City trip. I want to find out more about this trip, but I want to make sure everybody gets to get involved. So, we kind of got this third wheel thing going, so we got to have another beautiful lady. Let's bring her on up, Miss Smiley Girl.
Hello. Hi, everyone. How are you?
Doing good, Smiley. How about you, dear?
I'm great. I guess I'm part of the slew.
Hi,
Maybe I should rephrase that. Awesome. How was your week, dear?
It was really good, actually. Thank you, Serenity. How was yours?
Pretty good. It was definitely different. Got some new videos out, got some new toys to play with, and I got some cars fixed. So all in all, kind of a good, well-rounded week.
Nice. Whose car did you fix?
Mine.
Hers.
Yay!
I didn't need it for a week, so it was a perfect time for him to tear into it.
What was broken?
Yeah.
So it's a Scion XB, and at first she was told the head gasket. It's a Toyota product, so I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be a pain in the ass. Rip the engine out, tear it down. Went in and pulled it. It's got individual coils on that particular setup. Pulled the plugs, and they were, like, melted down. Like, gone. Like, okay. That could be part of it. Then I looked at the end of the coils, and it has this little rubber seal on the very end that hooks seals around the spark plug. 3 of the 4 were also split.
Oh.
It's like, well, you couple those two together with a little bit of moisture, yeah, that could absolutely jump the spark through the insulator and screw it all up. But she had a lot of oil leaks. So I went through, did a compression test, and I found out cylinder 2 had like half the compression it's supposed to. Thinking, okay, well, maybe head gasket. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a squirt of oil down that cylinder, then rerun the compression test. Sure enough, went straight up. So it's rings. So a little trick for anybody who doesn't know from my mechanicking days. If you have an engine that's real dirty and grimy inside, or maybe you have hydraulic lifters like Subaru has, if you put a half a quart of ATF in the oil, run it for about 15 minutes, not long, not high RPMs, it operates as a detergent. And they turn around and do an immediate oil change, and it'll oftentimes free up those lifters, piston rings, things like that, without using something like Seafoam.
For those who don't know the lingo, ATF is automatic transmission fluid.
Thank you. I forget that part.
Thanks for translating, Cyril.
Yeah.
He forgets not everybody
yeah.
speaks mechanic.
Right. And I ran that through it, and yeah, her compression came up. Everything seems to be doing great. Now it zips around pretty well.
Yay!
Awesome.
Yep.
So,
Now
yeah.
it's zoom.
I love it when it's an easy fix instead of a big complicated one.
Yeah, I was expecting full motor. I really was.
I
had the hood off already. It's like, okay, here we go. I'm like, well, let's spend a little time with it first.
Something else to do if you have an older vehicle, especially if it's like an older imported vehicle. When you do your oil changes, there is this thing called Lucas Mystery Oil, right?
Lucas Oil is the
You can
bomb.
buy a quart of them. Typically, your vehicle, depending on the vehicle, will take anywhere from 4 to 6 quarts of oil. Replace one of those quarts with a quart of the Lucas Mystery Oil, and just do that every oil change, right? Just keep don't do it like the ATF where you do a full oil change after running it for a little bit to clean it out, because you don't want to leave ATF in there. You want to flush it out. However, this is something that we leave in.
Okay. And see, I've wondered that because I've heard about Seafoam. And it's like, no, she blew up a Mercedes doing that at one point in time. So yeah. Seafoam is just bad. But yeah, Lucas Mystery Oil, I've wondered about that. I've never really tried it for long term. So that's good to know. Thanks, Si.
Yeah, I swear by it. And you know me, I'm always going through buying up like the mid-90s imports, fixing them up and, selling them for a profit.
Right.
That's good stuff for older motors.
Mine is
Nice.
burning or going through so much oil right now. Lucas is expensive. It would not be cost effective. So.
Exactly. So I just realized I was on the wrong tab. So I'm sorry for those who were all commenting here. BTK, buddy, how you doing, man? Good to see you, my man. Good
Hi,
hunt, Billy.
BTK.
Oh, XB roller skate. It is. It's a clown car. We make fun of her all the time. It's like, oh,
You
we got
know-
the clown car.
But my 6'3" son can sit behind me, and I've got long legs. I have a 32-inch inseam. He sits behind me, and we both have plenty of leg room. So I like my clown car. Thank you very much.
Gotcha. Okay, so Lucas is different than the Marvel Mystery Oil. Okay, I got those two confused. Huh?
No,
Yeah,
they literally do have Lucas Mystery Oil.
Okay.
Like Lucas is the brand. That's
Okay, so it's different than the Marvel Mystery Oil then.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. See, that's the one I've seen before, and I wasn't sure about that.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it comes in like a round cylinder container with like a pointed top, right? What's that?
Okay. Sounds almost like gear oil by the bottle it's in. And Disco
Yeah,
Chuck
when I
says,
used
"Yowdy,
to-
gang!"
You can stand there at like the parts counters, and they have these gears that you can turn. You turn one for Lucas, and it stays coated, and the other one just right off. So I sit there
Right.
and play with.
Seriously, my earbud is already telling me battery low. I hate it when it does that. Yes, I'm just now having my first beer. Got to catch up too. Yeah, got to catch up, buddy. So somebody else who's been dealing with cars lately would be Mr. Revenant. How's it going, Rev?
He might be eating.
He might be AFK. So we'll skip to him and we'll bring in the bird god himself. What's up, Qrow?
Hi, Qrow.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, I think
Oh.
Rev's back.
Yeah, we're all here now. Okay. Says hi, Disco, Rev. Hi,
muted
Dan.
myself.
Good to see you, buddy.
Apologies. But I
That's
said
okay.
I just took a bite of cereal.
I've got great timing. I was catch side just he's like putting a cigarette in his mouth. Like, you asshole! You got cereal in your mouth? Yeah. It's the dad timing in me. I don't know. It's just something evil about it.
Oh yeah.
So, Rev, we were talking about cars a second ago. Now, you just did some interesting things with cars. What happened, man? Tell us about it.
I bought a car.
What'd you get?
That Subaru Forester.
Nice.
Think of like Lynn's car, just more people friendly. Because
What
if
does
Lynn
her
has
car
to
do?
take, it's a Subaru Forester. It basically, I got 2 rows of seats, right? Not that big of a deal. However, I can put things in the back of my car, like a lot of boxes or anything like that. And in Lynn's car, if you only have like a soup can, that's about it. Or you're losing the entire back seat. So,
Hey,
Yeah.
in my car's defense, I've hauled a washing machine in my car.
were the seats
Really?
up?
No.
That's what I mean. I can do it with my seats up. You can't.
Close. So, BTK had some questions, and yeah, Subies are good. You have a legacy? Good man. By the way, if you don't know, this is the last year they are going to produce the legacy. They're eliminating that car line, which is the longest running car line in history, is my understanding. Or
So
car
they're
model,
killing the
sorry.
legacy.
They are. It sucks. The legacy's gonna die. But yeah, so let me since Rev is not expanding much, so Rev picked up a 2004 Subaru Forester, and we got it for
2006.
$580
Whoa.
because they
that's
said it
cool.
has an oil leak, it's a rear main, and we thought, okay, I can do a rear main. It's not hard to R&R that motor. For those who don't know, I turned wrenches on Subarus for 12 years. I was a master mechanic for Subaru, so I know the cars. Sorry, earbud just went off. And it turned out it was a lot easier than I thought. And literally, I pulled the engine and the rear main seal. I could go in with a screwdriver and just spin it around, the whole seal. And I'm like, well, that would explain the oil leak.
Indeed.
I have never seen a rear main seal that bad. I mean, I've seen where, they're pried, they're damaged, they're worn, but this thing was free spinning on the back. If you don't know anything about cars, trust me, it's really, really bad. So, hopefully didn't finance it. No, didn't finance it. It was a cash deal. Turned out great. Worked out awesome.
Couple $100 in parts, and
Yeah. $800 and done deal. So, yes, Rev is a new Subaru owner. Congratulations.
Yay!
So, BDK, what year's your Subaru, man? I'm curious. So, while I'm waiting for that Qrow, how was your week, buddy?
Oh, it's great. Peaches and rainbows.
Yay! Peaches
Oh.
yummy.
Sounds like sarcasm.
No, never. Not with Qrow.
What?
He's the dungeon master.
Qrow's
Where is there
sarcastic.
ever room for chasm?
Me?
Nice, 17. Dude,
No,
good
seriously,
car, man.
Qrow. Was it a good week?
Interesting.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Care to give
Do tell.
Just work stuff is interesting. Always interesting.
Yeah, it's work. I wonder why it's interesting.
Serenity, can you turn the background music down just a notch?
Absolutely.
I'm having difficulties hearing people.
Yes. I thought it was just me, because like I said, my earbuds are acting all weird. In fact, I'm going to put this one in the charger while I'm doing this. So I can only hear out of one ear. It'd be fun.
They're not earbuds, they're weird buds.
It is a weird bud.
Yeah.
They were cheap. They're like $15 on Amazon. I'm like, hey, give them a shot. Now I know
So,
why.
I got a funny story happened at work the other day. I guess I could talk about. So, for those who don't know, we have these little things that are like yay big, and they have prongs on them to plug into outlets, and they're called bugs. It's kind of like the trade name for them. I forget it's like receptacle tester is the technical name for it, or something like that. But I was like, hey, you need to grab your bug. And he was like, okay. And then a little bit later through the day, I was like, hey, you gotta grab your tool and do it. And then he's like, what's that tool called again? And he's like, a cricket?
That's cute.
That's a bug. Okay.
It's close enough. That works. Oh, I love it. So think about 3 coffees. Speaking of, I got a double shot of ramen Coke in the airport. It was $28. Damn.
You have no idea how long I spent trying to figure out what the heck a ramen Coke is until I realized that it must have been autocorrect on your mobile device and it wrote ramen instead of rum and Coke.
I was thinking a cup of noodles with ramen. Yeah, it's like
I was thinking a ramen, like ramen noodles, a Coke, and a double shot of something. That's the way I translated it.
Like I said, it took my brain a little bit to figure it out. So,
oh my god, we're all confused. This is great. I love it.
2 shots of noodles.
Right? Yeah, cup of noodles, pour Coke in it. All right, nuke it. It's like, ooh, that would just be nasty.
I would try it.
Yeah, there you go. And Proby GFCI plug testers are the best. Most plug testers will burn out after using the GFCI trip button after a while, but not the M-Probe. Huh. I do not have one of those. I like those.
Impro.
Screw Klein. Yeah, I hate Klein, man. I'm with you, BHK. If it says Klein, I throw it away. That says, my friend has
Sorry,
been
your
hell
Friday's
yeah.
been so bad, Ashley. Hopefully it gets better.
Really happy I'm winning. Yeah, I hope so too. And, you know, we're glad we have you here with us, Ashley. And Seely, I know you're watching too, buddy. Good to see you, man. And all the rest of the family. Now, guys, first of all, before we go down the rabbit hole, Wild Angel, I know you got to talk to some very interesting people. One in particular that really perked my interest, I think a lot of us like to hear about. So tell us about your trip to Kansas City and some of these special people you talked to.
Well, I met, I think his first name is Mike Massimino. He's one of the astronauts that was up on the Hubble doing repairs on Flight 4 and 5. Got to talk to him for a few minutes and got a picture with him and that kind of stuff. Got a really good piece of advice from him.
oh,
You can always control the effort. Thank you. But you cannot control the outcome. I'm one of those people. I love to control the outcome. I work for an outcome. He showed some pretty good footage, and it really brought the point home that I can control the effort that goes into a desired outcome. I just can't guarantee that outcome. So he was great to talk to.
that's awesome.
There's a kind of technicality in there, though.
What?
Being a hitman, yeah, you have to control the outcome. That's like the only thing I could think of where you have to control it.
Well,
But you can't. What if you make a shot and you miss? You put
What
the
if all
effort
of a
to-
sudden
You're a
wind
bad
gusts?
hitman. Duh.
If all of a sudden the wind gusts and changes your velocity or trajectory just a smidge, you can't guarantee that outcome. Only that.
Then you just hit
Only
him in
what
the ear and
going
miss the
for.
rest of them.
That's why I don't skydive.
Oh shit, Ashley. Are you okay?
Let's see. Where do we go? Tried to save wife of an overdose. Carpool on 7-Eleven. Just tried CPR, waiting on 911. Getting in with that all. Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn,
Okay.
Ashley. That is a crazy event. And yeah, don't lose it again. And sorry you had to deal with that. That exceeds anything crazy in my week. You get the gold trophy. Glad to have you here with us tonight. And
Yeah.
hopefully we can help reground you and get you back in the positivity that you need to be in.
Lots of hugs, Ashley. Lots and lots of hugs.
I'm sorry you
Not okay.
experienced that.
Yeah.
That could be
that-
traumatic. And so,
Oh, yeah.
make sure that if you need to, reach out to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really important. And, that's one thing that a lot of times we forget about is to, when we go through traumatic events, whether it's somebody we know or not, whether it's something we inflicted upon ourselves or we just received, man, there's people to talk to. There's people that can understand and help you work through that because we're all going to experience it. And Ashley, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that, but don't think you're alone in it. If you need to talk, definitely reach out to someone. If not a professional, then hey, one of us at the family. We've all been through our own types of trauma. Nobody can understand yours, though. So I highly recommend talk to somebody who's trained in this, and they can help you work through it. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, personally, I think when you go to somebody and say, hey, I need some help, I think that's the bravest, most responsible thing you could possibly do in life. Everybody says, oh, it's a sign of weakness if you ask for help.
No.
Nah, man, I think that's the wisest thing to do.
I think that's one of the strongest things that anybody can ever do is to honestly say, I'm not okay. I need somebody else to help me. I think that's like the strongest thing ever. So we got your back, Ashley, if you need anything.
Absolutely. And, when those traumas occur, that's one of the times when I think it's most important to remember little things like Project Duck Depression, because a lot of people are going through trauma out there. And any way we can help somebody smile. Now, I'm not sure ducks are going to help in the situation you're in, Ashley,
Right.
but it does help a lot of people. And not all traumas are huge events to us. What might be someone else's trauma might be my Tuesday afternoon or vice versa. So, join up with Project Duck Depression, help spread the word, and help people get through some of those hard days, especially when you don't know them. That's when it means the most. So if you haven't already heard about them or know about them, there's a link in the description down below. Go out, follow them, start spreading some ducks, and spread some love, because everybody has trauma in their life.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's
So-
not a duck, Ashley, but maybe he'll make you smile.
Oh my God. Hold on, Jumbotron! Jumbo time!
Oh, he's so cute. Is that
And
for
it's
her
purple
Halloween?
sparkly.
Aw.
It is. It's just one of my silly, made myself feel better things by making it. So
Because it's beautiful
Good
and
for
it's
you.
part
There you
you
go, Ash.
too. Wild Angel puts like her beauty in all of her creations.
aw, thanks.
Oh, I like that. It's special.
Well
The
said.
other person I got to talk to, wish I'd been able to pick her brain. Sai, you might geek out on this a little bit. She was the president of the Kansas City Federal Reserve Bank. She was actually she
What was her name?
actually Can't remember. You know, I suck at names. They forced her to retire at 65. Did you know? Okay, chief justices on the Supreme Court can be on the Supreme Court until they die, regardless of faculty decline or anything. Federal Reserve chiefs are mandated to retire at 65. They are not allowed to maintain their office after 65.
I think all of those types of offices should have limited terms.
I'm just saying, that was one thing. It's like, but we were talking Tuesday morning. Cyril, what were they doing on Tuesday? What was the Fed doing on Tuesday?
Well, they were deciding how much they were going to cut the interest rate by.
Oh, yeah. We got insight into what they look at and how they figure it out. And so, yeah. Oh, no. Ashley, I work in public service. I'm an insurance regulator. Does that mean I have to stop working at 65?
That sounds good.
Well, here's the thing. His channel is going to take off at some point, like crazy, right? Because growth is cumulative and then typically goes parabolic. It'll hit like a sack of bricks when something goes viral. So you should already be retired before 65 because you're going to be so busy running like the merchandise division for the channel.
I love what I do, though, and protecting our Idaho constituents from, bad actors in the insurance sector. I love it. But yeah, we've got some great people. Our director is over 65, and our agency wouldn't be as good as it was without him and that experience that he brings to it. But no, the Federal Reserve lady, Georgia, maybe was her name. I can find out. Oh, okay. Politicians. I get that. Yeah, term limit them. Oh, no, I can't because you reset my phone. Never mind. We had to factory reset my phone because it freaked out in Kansas City. And
You broke it.
no,
She
Kansas City broke it.
No, you broke it. I don't know
Actually, it
anyone
sounds
named-
like Rose had the same kind of thing where if you guys are running the Helium mobile app, occasionally it stops mapping and you can't get it turned back on. So Wild Angels, she still had bloatware from when we had it on Metro PCS, and it was just, the thing was possessed. I just did a full reboot today, or hard reset. And it sounds like Rose, so Sai, you can correct us on this. Did she do a reinstall, or what did she do to fix her phone?
I don't think hers is fixed yet. Mine did. I turned the mapping off and turned it back on again.
Tech support or the support desk, kind of less than helpful, but they said if you want to see why hexes are ineligible, where it says the number of eligible and the number that were ineligible, tap the word ineligible. It will show a list of reasons and how many were why. Mine were saying they were from a future point. I am not time traveling. I time zone hopped, but I did not time travel. But this was even most of September actually for me didn't map. And it said they were all for a future from the future. I'm like, what the hell? Yeah.
So what does happen this weekend on the market? You want to give us a little insight since you're from the future?
Right? No.
Sounds good.
No, you don't want to tell us,
that
but no, you're
much better than I could.
That's the man who knows.
Uh-huh.
In fact, so it's interesting that you came back talking about the tax cut and stuff. Now, I read a little bit. This is like the first tax cut, and was it 4 years, Si? Is that right?
It's not a tax cut. It's an interest rate reduction.
Interest rate reduction. Whatever.
Big difference.
My bad. Oh, there is. Okay. Interest rate reduction. So they said something in 4 years. Now, what's that going to do? What's this going to do to our markets? I mean, what are we looking at?
So what you need to understand is that any adjustments to the interest rates are not going to really come into any kind of effect until the following quarter, right? So understand that first. Basically, any kind of like sudden pump or drop that you see partake in the markets after the interest rate is announced, usually that's due to people trying to just position themselves ahead of time. they're like, okay, that's interest rate's going to be up. I'm going to go ahead and put in some purchases. They're not looking to sell them for up to 3 to 4 months, right? That's when they're expecting them to actually start gaining value. When an interest rate is reduced, it becomes easier for businesses to borrow money. So the sole reason why Silicon Valley Bank failed the other year was because with the interest rates being high for so long, companies stopped borrowing money for expansion and for investment, and they started using on-hand capital. And so they were transferring out all this money, and Silicon Valley Bank couldn't make good on it. And so you saw the bank fail, right? When they reduce the interest rates, it's easier to borrow money. So you're going to see expansion again, starting the following quarter. Problem with that is it means the price of assets will start increasing again as well. And typically, home prices will come down when interest rates go up. And they didn't this time due to a lot of shady practices by a company called RealPage and the investment arm of BlackRock that Aladdin runs, right? I've talked about that before. You guys know that at this point. Been buying up all those single-family homes, right? And so it's been causing this faux rise in home prices. And if you pay attention when you're driving around, you're going to start seeing a lot more for sale signs. You might have noticed that already. Nobody's buying. Everyone's trying to sell into these high home prices, but now the companies have stopped buying the homes as well, right? Because that's what was going on. A lot of companies were buying homes, but they stopped that. So nobody's buying. Homes aren't selling. They're going to start reducing prices, and that's what's supposed to happen when the interest rates have been increasing. But it didn't. Now it's starting to, and they're cutting interest rates. Think about it. Like, they're saying inflation's coming down. Do you feel that at the stores? Do you feel that at the pump? Have prices been coming back down for you?
And she made a big distinction between the statistics behind inflation and what we the people see at the stores.
It's a huge difference.
It is a huge difference because those prices haven't come down. Interest or inflation, they said they love to see inflation between about 2% a year. It's been up around 9%. Things are starting to come down. Don't quote me on this, but I think she said it's somewhere around 4 to 5 right now. It's still higher than they'd like, but it's better than it was. She says even she pays a lot more for groceries. So she understands that, and she understands the more of the statistic work, the analytic work behind that. But she said where it is coming down, they raise the interest rates to squash the demand for credit. When interest rates are super low, everybody's out borrowing money and it gets dumped into the economy. Okay. However, when it's high and they want to kind of squash that the credit desirability, they bring those interest rates up. Well, now things are starting, inflation's coming back a little bit. So they are cutting, I don't know exactly what they cut. I didn't keep track of that. But she was projecting around 50 basis points of a reduction.
As well. I mentioned in a couple of Discords ahead of time that I'm looking at 50, not the 75 that some are calling for, and certainly not the 25 that some are really solid on.
Right. She was projecting the 50. But you could tell she really wanted to be at that meeting. But because of the 65 age limit, she's done. but she gave a really great speech, and I really wanted to pick her brain about, decentralized finance and how she feels that's going to play into some of this stuff. But we ran out of time, and she didn't get to me. So
That sucks. Well, we got somebody just as good.
I know.
We have a secret weapon. So, that brings us aside now. Of course, when the interest rates change and stuff, that plays a huge effect on the markets, a lot of people's mindset. Like you said, we're not going to see any of these returns in a few months. But I noticed just in the last few days since that announcement, a lot of the altcoins and stuff have really started making some moves. So I'm curious, do you think this is that start of the actual bull market where this is the time you should have your position set? Or you think we still got a little time to pick up a few at some good discounts?
Well, there's still a lot of uncertainty out there right now, right? There's a lot going on across the world.
Right.
They've pretty much accidentally let slip that they have a new weapon out there capable of making lithium-based batteries explode. It started off with the pagers. Did you know about the pagers?
I read something about it, but I didn't read all of it. Tell me about it, because I was curious. So what, some million pagers exploded or something? What the hell?
Yeah. So in Lebanon, whole bunch of pagers went off. They exploded, and they had switched to pagers as a method of communication because Israel was hacking their phones, intercepting their communications. Right, so they switched to pagers, and now they said that they intercepted a shipment of these pagers and inserted a explosive device into them that would go off when a certain frequency was received by the pagers. And that was believable. But then all the walkie-talkies and radios started going too the very next day. And, they started saying the same thing, an intercepted shipment, blah, 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 blah. But then consumer solar panels started exploding as well. Intercoms, anything that had a lithium-ion battery in it. I'm thinking that they're testing a frequency-based weapon currently that sends the resonant frequency of lithium-ion to destabilize it and cause it to explode.
Laptops.
Yeah, that I've blown up a lithium battery. Man, that shit's scary. Those things just go up, and it's nuts to watch. It's not just a pop; it's a flame and sparks, and shit goes everywhere.
Well, it's weird because a lot of these are straight up exploding with considerable force. So, but yeah, a lot of the consumer ones that I saw, because they showed pictures of the pagers and one of the exits, some regular civilian iPhones also exploded. So that's what kind of is leading me to think, and maybe it's a little out there, maybe it isn't. Who knows? But I'm thinking it's a frequency-based weapon being used.
Well, yeah, just looking it up. I mean, exploding pagers kill 12. It's like, what? Yeah, are there certain parts of the world this is going on, or is this like all over randomly, or how's this targeting?
Well, right now it's there in Lebanon. It's the war going on. Syria, Lebanon.
That whole Middle East thing.
They're all going at it with Israel right now, because those nations were telling Israel to stop the genocide that they were doing with the Palestinians. And yeah, so they're throwing fists right now. The U.S. is running a proxy war over there in Ukraine and Israel. All the aid that we send out is just military weapons, so we give them that stuff. Ukraine is stepping up aggressions with Russia. They pushed into Russian territory, captured a whole bunch of towns. They also are trying to fire. They might have already. I'd have to check into it. But they have a U.S.-made missile that was given to them by the UK, and it is. I'm trying to remember exactly what type of missile it was, but it's definitely one that you don't want hitting you or any of your towns. And Ukraine has been asking for permission to fire it, and it's looking like they're getting the okay from the other nations to fire it. Russia straight up said, "Don't fire that, or we will respond, with similar missiles." So yeah, there's just a lot of tensions right now. So, are we going to see the interest rates dropping further? Are we going to see the shift in narrative, the shift in focus, move towards this brewing war? Because there's a whole bunch of conflicts right now across a whole bunch of different countries. You should be aware of what's happening in crap. My brain just blanked on the country, the name of the country. It'll come to me later.
Okay.
Stop thinking about it. It'll come.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like this one here, where the Russians are attempting to deploy nuclear space weapons to destroy satellites with massive energy wave. Why do you need a nuclear weapon in space to take down an asteroid? You do that, throw a rock at the damn thing. It's going to do it. Punch a hole in it. It doesn't take a lot. Why would you put a nuclear weapon in space to destroy a satellite that you could shoot with a BB gun and kill? I'm really having problems following this connection here.
Well, plus it's against international treaty.
Right.
Right.
It's like the one thing you don't do anywhere is put a nuke of any kind in space.
That's the whole reason why they were looking into the Rod of God system, right? With the tungsten rods that they literally just dropped from the satellite to get around that law.
Right. So it's crazy because, and what really made the correlation here is, on my phone, if you guys are like me, you swipe to the left, you got the news ads, things like that. Mine has been hammered with near asteroid misses. This one's going to fly by, that one's going to fly by. Just a ton of it. Now, if you guys haven't seen the movie Don't Look Up, it's a great movie. I highly recommend check it out. But it's kind of the exact opposite of what I feel like I'm seeing right now. Instead, it's like, please look up. Don't look around at what's really going on in the world. Because, man, we're fucking shit up. And you're all going to die. So look up and worry about the rocks that are going to hit our planet instead of the wars going on in Israel and the nuclear weapon. All this stuff. Is it just me feeling that, or is that everybody else here?
I don't pay attention enough to the news to see that stuff.
What about you, Smiley?
What was the question?
She was looking up. See that right there?
Smiley looked up.
No, I was pointing out that my phone and a lot of the news broadcasts are talking about these near Earth orbits, and they're talking about satellite or asteroids. They're going to hit us, and we're going to get a second moon for like 54 days or whatever the hell it was. And it's almost like the social media is really trying to get us to focus on these astronomical events or things that are kind of beyond our control, so we're not paying attention to things that are going on, like the pagers, like the war in Israel, like all these things that are occurring, like the BRICS nation working on the de-dollarization of US dollar. It really seems like I feel that the big governments are trying to get us to look up and worry about space rocks instead of the war, quote, World War III we're probably in the middle of right now.
Propaganda.
I was gonna say, hasn't this been going on since the beginning of, human beings? I mean, look over there. And meanwhile, I'll do something I don't want you to see. That's been happening all through time, right? So what else is new?
Well, here's the thing is, are you guys aware of a very big discussion that's currently happening amongst the Senate regarding the UAP Disclosure Act?
UAP.
What's the UAP?
See, that's the thing, right? You guys don't know about this. They are right now in court deciding about how they're going to move forward with telling us about the aliens.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Literally. And you don't know about it.
Nope. Not a thing.
That's the way they want it.
Right. What about you, Rev? Huh?
Cricket.
Okay, Qrow, come on, take over, man. Rev's asleep.
But the whole alien thing?
All of it. What's your thoughts here, man? Share it with us. What do you got?
It's all misdirection. I mean, it's all news is to a certain degree. Like, there's some truth to it, but 75, maybe 85% of it's all just, hey, look over here. It's all controlled. It's all in the government's pocket. I mean, if I remember correctly, news companies, they do get paid by the government. You say what we want you to say, otherwise you don't get a paycheck. You don't get to feed your family. Like,
Pretty much.
it's all manipulated.
So now I'm an old timer, of course. You know, I don't have many years left. I'm past my prime. You, however, are a young guy. I mean, you're just getting into that maturity level of, okay, now I've got to start thinking about a family and kids and things like this. And, you know, how does what you're seeing in the world going on today, how does that affect or change your mindset when you're thinking about families and stuff?
Me personally,
Yeah.
it is on such a large scale, there is nothing I feel like I can do about it. Why stress about it? Why worry about it?
That's fair. Okay.
I mean, I'm going to live my life the way I live, and if I see something that I can do, I'm going to jump on it, but such a large scale, I personally can't do something. I'm not going to sit here and stress and stay up in the middle of the night going, shoot, asteroid's going to hit me tomorrow, I'm screwed, I'm dead.
That's fair. I know somebody who does do that research and understand exactly why it happens. Like that. By the way, son, that brings something up. We were talking about a scientific paper you were working on a while back, and you were coming to some pretty profound conclusions. And if I remember right, you'd mentioned something that they've been proven accurate. Is that right?
Well, I mean, a lot of that's happened recently, so I'm trying to think about which specific part you may be referring to.
Any one. I thought you would like an opening to get into that, because I know you had been working on a few of those. And all of a sudden you said, like last week, something happened.
Yeah, it would definitely be a rabbit hole, though. But
Okay.
I just want to leave a parting word real quick for anybody listening or who might watch it later. What you need to just remember the most is believe none of what you hear and only half of what you actually see. Because you have no idea the depths at which subliminal messaging and programming goes to. You can see it time and time again where they've done research studies where they can literally get someone to pick an exact specific thing that they want them to pick based off of setting up visual or audio cues throughout the day earlier, right? What is going on? Oh, you're trying to do subliminal messaging.
Ducks.
You're muted.
Must be subliminal. I have no idea what that was. It's kind of weird.
Just vertigo there for a second.
I was just having a talk with that
Oh, right.
my supervisor. I was like, yeah, I'm watching this TV show, and one thing I dislike about it is someone will crack a joke or something, and then you'll hear people laughing in the background, like that fake laughter. I was like, I hate that. And he's like, why do you hate that? It's like, because all it is to get me to like the show. Because I hear other people laugh, it triggers me to want to laugh. That's because, you could go back and forth. You've had that one buddy who's laughing. The only reason you're laughing is because he's laughing. So they do that to get you to laugh, and then you're enjoying the show because you're laughing. You're having a good time. So you keep watching.
And that used to be a big thing, especially back like the 70s and 80s. before they had, of course, all the stuff we do now. They were much less subtle. They were more obvious. I mean, these guys would be doing these shows every week for, like Cheers or whatever. And yeah, the crowd would be laughing their ass off. And it's like, oh my God, they're having so much fun. I want to be a part of that. And it was very much kind of in your face. Now it's gotten really kind of subtle, like you're talking, Side, subliminal. I mean, this is some crazy stuff going down.
Well, it's how they get people to raid the munchies at the movies. Those little microsecond ads, like a flash of popcorn, flash of a soda. They've actually made that illegal. Or at one point they did. I think it still is. But yeah, it's still very much there. Why do you think they show the ads that they show? And they are still very, very short at the movies.
Yep.
It's as short as they can legally make them to trigger that, ooh, I want munchies.
Well, I know now, the last time we went to the movies and saw The Qrow, they had this whole, it was like a 3D roller coaster ride. And it's going through the snacks and the popcorn and the candy and the drinks. And you had this ice cold wash fountain come down over you. It's like, oh, that looks good. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, that's kind of fun, exciting. They're getting, these guys are professionals at what they do. And it's kind of scary just how well it works.
I don't have to worry about that decision because I have a girlfriend who likes candy and snacks when we watch the movie, so I know I'm paying for it anyways.
Yeah, it's just guaranteed if you can't sneak it in. Not that I would do that.
Never.
I would much rather pay $15 for a little tiny bag of Skittles than I would, buy the same thing for $3 at the gas station down the road, put it in my pocket, and walk in. But hey, I would do things the right way, of course.
That's what we did, little things like that when you have a baby diaper bag.
Yeah.
Or women with big purses. Yeah.
For a minute, I thought you were going to say something else, but we won't go there. Anyway, that just went in the wrong spot. You just started going, and women with big, and I'm like, okay, shit.
Purses.
Okay.
It doesn't help. There was a second or two pause.
There was. See, Qrow got it too. It wasn't just me. Anyway, so I'm kind of curious. So, Smiley, let's start with you. As far as what's going on in the markets, let's focus on that for a second, because we're seeing a lot of things on DePins. We're starting to see some of the SAS DeFi projects come out. We're seeing some regurgitation of what we saw in the last bull market. Do you think we're at that point where things are really going to start going parabolic, or do you think there's just too much uncertainty in the markets?
Okay, I don't have any evidence, though, Serenity. You're going to ask me why, but I do not think
That's okay.
so at all.
Okay.
I do not think this is the start of the bull. I do not
Okay.
think everything's going to go parabolic. I just think it's going to continue as it is, but it's going to go in different directions than completely expected. So that's my opinion, and I do not have any evidence.
Hey, you don't have to. That's okay. This Friday night, man. We don't ask for proof here. It's okay. AMA will ask for proof. Right now?
Okay.
Unless you're Cyril, then I ask for proof. That's just because you're so damn smart, Sign. You probably got it if you're going to say it, and I know that about you, so. Pretty much. So, what about you, Qrow? What do you think is going to happen with the financial system? You think it's going to get better, or you think it's just kind of flip-flop right now, like Smiley was saying?
I don't have enough information to make an educated guess.
Okay. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm not even sure right now educated qualifies. More of throw darts. Rev, you awake?
Yeah.
Crickets. Wild Angel, you just got back from a whole week-long conference about financial systems, talking to people from Federal Reserve. What do you think is going to go on in the financial markets?
Oh, one has very little to do with the other.
Really?
Yes. I am my finance is specifically rated or related to the insurance industry and the regulation of insurance companies, making sure we keep the bad actors in line, making sure that insurance companies are paying their claims, not having insolvencies, or catching those insolvencies early so we can rehab them versus lose them. That's the finance that I deal with. I don't deal with the Fed and the interest rates and DeFi at work. I don't deal with that at work anyway. You know, one has very little to do with the other. Then occasionally we'll get an insurance company that starts squeaking about using cryptocurrency to pay their claims. That
Okay.
is, so far, at least in Idaho, not gonna happen. I will say my cryptocurrency in a crayon box presentation I did like 3 or 4 years ago for school has passed around the office a couple times. 8
Cool.
slides based on crayon colors. It was super, I mean, like 1/1,000,000th of 1% of the information. The red crayon was, warning, this is not financial advice. And this is a very volatile market. That was the red crayon slide. Um,
Gotcha.
but so we have, most people in our office don't know about it. Our deputy director does. He has some background, some knowledge about it. Clear back with like the very, very first crypto exchange, central exchange that went bankrupt. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like way, way, way back.
Mount Gox?
Huh?
Mount Gox?
Maybe. He said it. He said it once in passing. And yeah, I don't know. But he's a very smart man. He's an actuary, which is a lot of numbers. Very intimidating because he is so smart. But yeah, most people, don't have a clue in my office. So
That's fair. Now, of course, like you said, this is to make sure they stay working appropriately and everything's being followed. But we've noticed in the past, anytime that things get hard, we start seeing, especially in big corporations, they start playing with numbers or bending the rules, getting creative financing. Are you starting to see more and more of that, or what's that, or does that really have that kind of pattern like other like retail stores and stuff do when things get tough?
yeah, they're pretty well regulated.
Okay.
Our companies based in, actually any company based in any of the NAIC membership states, we have to do a full financial exam every 3 to 5 years on the domicile, like the companies in Idaho that are based in Idaho. Every 3 to 5 years, they do a full financial exam on them. Not to say they're not monitored in between, because we have analysts that are continually monitoring them for any inkling of a warning sign. And the second there's an early warning sign, we try to catch those as an industry, because they don't like it when those companies go down.
No.
That harms a lot of people. There are safeguards in place for that. We have our own guarantee fund. It's like insurance for insurance, just in case something goes down, to cover those claims so these people aren't damaged by it. So it keeps things a little bit safer. However, yes, companies still go down. Luckily, like Idaho, we had one property casualty company go down in 15 years,
Wow.
which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I
That
think
beats out the retail.
I think we've
retail
had
right now is going
one
down.
life company go down in about the same amount of time. I don't know those for sure. This is just based on feedback, because I haven't been with the agency that long.
Okay.
This is just based on what I've seen. But yeah, one has nothing to do with the other. And I leave the prognostications about DeFi and this side of the world to you top two gentlemen on the screen, because I don't know shit.
Yeah, me either. I'm like 2. I'm looking excited, man. It's like, got me. I'm just a nerd. So, yeah, I was just kind of curious if you saw any kind of correlation or not. But it sounds like they don't. They're like 2 separate entities entirely.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy because, yeah, I know the retail world, it's just taking a hammering, painfully so. I mean, we're seeing, I know here in Idaho, we got restaurants that have been up for 50 years, all of a sudden shutting doors. Retail chains going down or selling or merging. I mean, things are getting crazy in our part of the world. What about your side? What's it doing over there, bud?
Well, something to maybe think about is that the reason why the health insurance industry is so different from the rest of the market and as its own separate entity is because it is so well regulated and there are so many rules that they need to follow, risks that they're not allowed to take with their investments, double accounting they're not allowed to do, obfuscating finances. Like, you realize that McDonald's doesn't actually own their branding, right? They pay a lease, a very hefty lease, to some other company, which it's constantly changing ownership, and they pay that lease to that corporation for the branding, and the underlying actual company structure of the McDonald's Corporation is a real estate company.
Really? I had no idea.
Right. And it's all, and so they have all of these assets and these lands and, land value, because it's been steadily appreciating on all these great corner lots that they've owned for ages now. Yeah. But, yeah, they don't have the same kind of regulations that they need to follow. The same reporting and oversight. And the only thing that a corporation or a business that has investable shares needs to do is, according to a court case that was settled 104 years ago, Dodge versus Ford Motor Company, the sole outcome of that case determined that all decisions made by the CEO of a corporation that has shareholders must be in the interest of raising the value of the shares. You are
Really?
not allowed to make a decision if you are not a private company, if you have shares that can be purchased on the stock exchange.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
104 years ago? Really? Maybe a little outdated, perhaps?
Legal precedent is legal precedent.
Think about the worker to business owner wealth difference 104 years ago versus today. It's been nothing but increasing that gap.
Right. Exactly.
Because they just go through and bring value to the shares. And the only way for a corporation to do that at this point in late stage capitalism is by continually increasing the price while cutting costs. Once you can't cut costs anymore, they're going to just keep raising the price because they must provide a return. All of their decisions have to provide a return.
That's insane. It's true. Like we talked about, the trickle-down effect. It doesn't work because that cups the top, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It's crazy. So, Rev, you back with us yet? That hurt
You
a
want me to
minute
go
ago.
stick my head in over there and see if he's alive?
I will in a
Maybe,
second.
because I know we're supposed to go on a quest.
Yes.
Dang.
Yay!
It's about adventure time. And I was really hoping Alpha was going to make it. So, guys, Alpha is okay. He's just really, really busy. I did talk to him today, and he's like, man, I'm sorry. I've just been swamped. And, like, that's okay. I'm just checking in. He's like, I'll be better at it. I'm
Locked in
like,
the wizard tower.
do I?
That doesn't sound okay to me.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, man? Come on.
We have to save him.
Exactly. Yeah, Rev is deep in REM. I agree. That actually sounds good.
Reverend Rome. Sounds like a
As
metal
long as he's
band.
not losing his religion, we're okay. Who gets the joke? Raise your hand.
I have
Okay,
no
okay.
hands.
Okay, fair enough. For those who are not music enthusiasts, yes, REM did Losing Your Religion. Or Losing My Religion, so it's called. So yeah, there's
Oh yeah, he is totally passed out, like this on his desk. He is out. I know he's been up for almost 24 hours,
Right.
Oh,
so he's toast. I think he's done.
I think he is. Yeah, he's been running hard. He's been in the process of moving in. Him and his girlfriend moved in with another couple in an apartment. He's been over there for like the last 3 days, getting like 2 hours of sleep here, 2 hours of sleep there, kind of like Cyril's sleep schedule. And then he came over last night at like 11:30. I'm like, dude, I'm going to bed. He's like, okay. And yeah, he was up all night last night. Got up this morning. He's like, get you asleep? No. Okay. And so yeah, I'm not surprised he's crashed. He officially burnt. So
Yep.
anyway, yes, on Alpha Cruise, he will not be with us, but that's okay, because my understanding is Rune still got kidnapped from the Wizards Guild. So it sounds like we don't get him back quite yet. And that's okay. I think.
You think?
Let's see. I think. I don't know. Let's see. Get everybody in order. Okay, now we got everybody in order.
Okay.
So, Qrow, if you will take a quick minute, bring us back up to speed on where we left off. I'm going to step out for 1 sec, and then we will let the adventure continue in questing with Qrow.
Yay!
So, recap while he does his thing, and just so everyone's back on the same page. You guys left off helping someone in distress in a tree, and in so doing so, you are in a confrontation with these weird gray-black slimes. We left off like right when Sal's character got hit with one of the slimes, and he lost the spell.
yes. Wait, which spell did I lose?
Illusory script.
Oh, yes. It made me forget how to cast Illusory
Right,
Script.
you remember having it, but you don't remember how to wield the arcane power to do so.
Right, I'm pulling up my sheet.
Okay. And then I have this little guy. It's not the best, but I found this guy I can draw on.
Cool.
So this
Cool.
is the tree. It's a
Sweet.
10 foot by 10 foot tree, because these are 10 foot square or 5 foot squares. So it's a huge tree.
Ooh.
And
What was the guy's name again? I'm sorry, I forgot. The guy in the tree?
you never got his name, but his name is
Oh.
Kree.
Cree.
You never got his name. And so that's that.
I have a feeling poor Kree is not going to fare well in this encounter.
Can you give us a quick markup of where we're all at?
So yes, I absolutely can. It's gonna be a little hard because the edge where the tree is actually the edge of the map.
Oh,
But I absolutely will. So you...
We have to set Cree free from the tree. Sorry.
Okay,
Free the Kree.
so
Yes.
do
Well,
it.
no, because he jumped down, remember?
Oh, that's right.
He never jumped. He's still in the tree.
Oh, he's still in the tree. I thought he jumped out of the tree.
Oh, well, Featherfall doesn't... It only lasts for a certain amount of time, so it's probably worn off now.
It's been 2
That-
weeks, probably.
Okay,
Let's
so...
Yeah, the duration of Featherfall only lasts 1 minute. So he
Okay.
missed his chance.
Okay.
Well, no, because Featherfall did save him, because he was able to catch himself on the branch.
right.
I remember now. Sorry.
Circles.
Had to cut.
I like
this.
circles.
Oh, she's multitasking at the moment.
Oh, okay. I just thought she'd be fun to adventure with.
Doesn't want
Exactly.
do the thing I tell you to do.
Okay, and I am back, guys. So, yes, had to get my helmet on. Ready for our adventure.
Have to.
So, now, anybody watching this either live or on the restream, we do this every 2 weeks, and we're trying this out to see what you guys think. So we want to make you guys a part of this. Now, remember, if you are a VIP family member, you get to join us up here on stage every single week. you can actually become a character in this adventure and play along with us and have some fun. So, yeah, think about it. But biggest thing is jump to the Down Home Crypto Discord, say hello to everybody, and get to know them, because that's where a lot of the fun occurs. So I'll put a link in the description down below so you can hop in there and you can ask anything you want, whether it's about space aliens, exploding cell phones, what the market's going to do, whatever it is. I guarantee we got somebody interested in it because we got a lot of crazy people in there. So there's always a good time. So definitely hop in, say hello, and think about joining the family channel.
Yeah, because then they could come on and play D&D too.
Right, exactly.
Man, I was talking DHC up big time at the convention, handing out business cards, talking up Helium Mobile.
I don't like
Handing out edibles.
No.
Oh, I mean,
Sai was at the convention? Wow, I didn't know that, bud.
No, she said DHC.
Not T.
Yeah, acronym for Down Home Crypto.
Oh, my bad.
All right. So, just so everyone's on the same page, the red squares are the slimes. Orange square, that is your character, Lynn. The white and the purple, that is going to be Serenity's character and Smiley's character.
Yay.
And then up here is Cyril.
That's right, he was running the other way.
Yes, he's running towards camp. He's heading this direction to the left.
Got it.
Cool. Thank you.
Wait. Can I ask a question? I'm next to Jewel? I thought I was next to Kira.
No, because right before we left off, she ran towards the tree.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
She saw you coming and ran away. I'd be kind of worried about that personally.
Because I'm crazy. I came running at her with my arms weaving in the air. Kira!
If this doesn't seem right, let me know, because notes can be misleading. Maybe I jotted it down wrong on my notes. But this
You are
seems-
the DM. We don't argue with the god of adventure.
Fair enough. Alright, so I'm going to start right at the top of the turn order, which looks to be... I believe that is going to be... Oh, it's H. H in the slimes.
Right.
So, the slimes are going to be going. So they're still trying to get up the tree. They inch towards closer to you, Cyril. And now it's Cyril's turn.
All right. And I was currently running towards camp, correct?
Correct, that is the direction you're heading for. Do you still wish
Okay.
to proceed that way?
I'm trying to remember what I was going to camp for.
Whistle.
Oh
Dragon
yeah,
whistle.
that's right. I was gonna go grab the dead dude's dragon whistle. All right. Yes, I am continuing to run towards that. Do I have? Wait, doesn't everybody? Or is that just? No, I guess I don't have access to dash. Do
Yes,
I?
you do. You do. Everyone has
I
dash.
do. Okay.
Yes. So you'll do your movement action, and then you'll do your dash action, which is another 30 feet.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so you such. Okay, so you cruise on out of the map, and I will keep track of you. He's still back here. Okay. Smiley, it's your turn.
I'm gonna light a torch.
Okay. You light a torch, you get your pack out, you light a torch, you lift it up, now what?
Oh, I get more movement and stuff?
You,
Oh,
you
okay.
get a movement. That's your action. You now have a
Oh,
movement.
okay. Okay. Wait, who's the orange person in front of the slimes?
Me.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to Kira.
Okay.
Oh, this is cool. It's great that I can see this now.
I know, right?
Makes it a lot.
I want to get
easier.
a bigger screen.
Yeah.
But this is what I got when I was doing my research. Okay.
Can you zoom in on that, Qrow? Make it a little bit bigger.
I can
Control
do
scroll.
this.
There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoever can see into the tree, which I think is everyone but Cyril, you see that the guy up there has actually passed out. He's just out.
Okay.
It is now your turn, Jimbo.
Okay, so who has Kira's pack? Do I or just Smiley?
Smiley had it, and then I think Smiley had the opportunity to give it to Kira, and then Kira ran towards the tree.
Right.
Okay, so she does have her pack. So I'm still running there thinking I'm delivering a pack, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You reached it. You have reached the edge of the forest line. This is the forest line.
Okay, so I run in and I see all these trees in flames.
Yep.
I'm like, what the fuck happened, guys? I left you alone for 5 minutes and the whole damn place is in flames. What's going on? Do I have any marshmallows? I'm just curious.
Are you a barbarian?
Yes.
That would make sense.
You have marshmallows.
Okay, so I'm gonna go find a nice comfy rock right by where the girls are with my marshmallows. I'm gonna sit down and start roasting marshmallows. I'm like, this is fucking nuts, man. You guys torch the place.
If you go towards these two, you're leaving the forest line and essentially even the forest fire.
Oh, well, then I'm just gonna sit down where I am and roast a marshmallow and sit back and enjoy the show.
Okay, so you roast marshmallows. Kira, it's now your turn.
I am. How close is Smiley?
Smiley is 5 feet away from you.
Perfect. In my pack, grabbing a flagon of oil.
A flagon.
Flagon of oil. Throwing it at the slimes.
Okay.
Trying to hit to where it'll break to splatter oil.
Okay.
That's the concept.
Good idea.
And then hollering at Smiley
Mm-hmm.
to throw her torch.
Right.
So come over here.
Does Smiley have an action left?
No,
Okay, I'm
she does
setting
not.
up for the next one.
Your aim is true. You throw it, hits right in front of the tree, and splatters oil everywhere.
Nice.
I'm not drawing oil.
Yeah.
Alright.
You got the plan, right, Smiley?
Yes, I'm ready.
Snooze. These slimes are still trying to climb up this tree. They have their hearts set on the guy in the tree. And then this guy... right next to you, Cyril.
Uh-oh.
It is now time for Cyril's turn, actually.
What about the slimes? Did they do anything different on their turn?
Nope. This one moved towards Cyril. These two are trying to get up the tree still. They're kind of jumping a little bit.
Yeah, I like where your head's at, Wild Angel, because that's why I was so mad that I don't have any spell slots left, because I've been wanting to cast Grease on the guy chasing me and then hit him with the firebolt and see if I can damage him with fire that way. But alas, no spell slot. So
All I can say with slime trying to jump is watch it wiggle. Sorry, had to do it.
So I end my turn arriving at camp and now have to.
Camp is 3 turns away.
Okay, that was the end of my second run towards camp turn. So I got one more turn to arrive at camp. So at the end of this turn.
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to move and dash and get to camp.
Okay. So you basically just get to camp and your turn ends. Smiley, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay. Now, Kit, does it use up like a turn or an action or anything if I talk to Qrow before I do something?
No, so talking between people is considered a very small bonus action because you can talk and move like I'm doing right now.
Okay.
So as long as you don't have like a full conversation, if it's quick little like, hey,
Okay.
do this or that, then it's not going to incur any penalties.
Okay, so Kira, should I throw my torch or should I run at them with the torch and like strafe them with it?
Whichever you feel is going to achieve the results.
Okay, I think it'd be better instead of throwing it and possibly missing. So I'm going to start running towards them and I'm going to lean out with my torch and I'm just going to coat them with the fire of the torch as I run past the slimes.
Do
You're
you
gonna
head
trigger reaction.
this way, or do you head straight on?
I
do you
head
do this?
to the one at the top first and then
Okay.
run down. Yes, like that.
Okay, so you get here, and you can. It's easy to dip your torch in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to dip a torch in the oily slime.
Okay, you dip your torch in the oil ignites splendidly. You still got a little bit of movement if you want to move away.
Yeah, let me back up a little in case it kind of splatters or something.
Woo! Imagine you move back to where you were.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Sweet. So that's your turn. It's now
That didn't-
Serenity's turn.
That didn't
Did it
trigger a
happen?
reaction?
Oh,
Otherwise, the slime chasing you would trigger a reaction every time you move away.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So, Serenity, you're roasting your marshmallow,
Mhm.
and you look up, and you see they have set the tree on fire with the guy you're trying to save.
So, this is where I'm going to be a smartass because I've got a stick with a bunch of marshmallows on them, like 5 of them, all in flames because I like burnt marshmallows. I'm going to take my stick of marshmallows. I'm going to walk over between the two girls, say, hey, you want a barbecue? I got marshmallows. You guys got the meat. Let's have a cookout.
Okay, so you move up to them.
Yep. I brought them marshmallows. That are still
Kira,
flaming,
it's
by the way.
all yours.
Oh, he got in between. What are you talking about? He has a little
Remind me
stuff.
to tell you the story about the barbarian and the marshmallows.
Okay.
There is a real story.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you spend your turn?
Yes, since there's nothing else I could do besides sit and eat a marshmallow and watch everything burn, yeah, I'm pretty like, is that the best idea? What else you guys got?
I mean, you could try like slicing them with your axe.
Ooh, Jello slices.
I need my gun.
It didn't work with the spear. It just went right through him, didn't do a thing. So obviously, any type of cutting or physical damage isn't working on him.
That's
Fire.
piercing versus slicing.
Yeah, that's a different attack.
Sure.
That's poking a hole in something versus.
Separation. Yeah.
Very true. Yet, oftentimes I find in most creatures, if they're not susceptible to physical damage, it kind of carries through most of them. I would be really surprised, but it might be something I do. So that's a great idea. Maybe I'll try that next turn. We have no other, nothing else to happen to him.
Kira, it's now your turn.
What is the status of the slime?
They're sitting there in the fire.
Do I see them like melting or anything?
No, they seem to be content.
They're like, this is fine.
Well,
It's a little toasty in here.
where's the passed out guy? How high up in the?
He's probably 15 or 20 yards in the tree.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's a huge tree.
I am going to tie rope to an arrow and shoot up in the tree above him.
Okay.
As eventually with the thought as a means to get over the slime, up the tree, pull him up so he doesn't get slimed.
Okay, Kira.
That's the thought.
You come short. You're below him.
Okay.
Does the arrow
I'll settle for
stick in the
that.
tree, or does it go like over a branch, or how is the
It
rope
does
in the
stick
arrow
into
set?
the tree, but it's about 7 to 8 yards short, lengthwise going down. And it is now the slime's turn. So these guys are still jumping. You see this one kind of like turn back and look, and then he turns back and jumps a little bit more. This one moves closer to you, Cyril. And then it is now Cyril's turn. Speak of the devil.
All right. I run to the dead body in our camp. I grab his dragon whistle out of his pocket.
Okay.
And I blow it.
And you blow it. Okay.
I blow it. Yes.
Nothing seems to happen.
Well, we gotta wait for the dragon to arrive.
Yeah. I imagine it would take a minute or two.
So
Not
that
an
is
instantaneous reaction.
that is your turn. It is now Smiley's turn.
Okay, I'm very high on acrobatics. Kira, should I climb the tree and move that arrow where you want it to be?
Isn't it on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she just shot a regular arrow in the tree so that they could
No,
use the
when,
line.
when you
Tree's
lit
on
the slime
fire.
on fire,
The
the,
tree's on
the
fire.
oil had
Oh,
gone
the
up.
big tree that the guy's in is on fire?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I missed
So-
that. Okay.
Can I talk to the girls even though it's not my turn?
Yes, it has to be short though. It can't be a long conversation.
Okay, Smiley, I got an idea. Take
Ooh,
one of the
throw her.
ropes. Take one of the ropes that Kira has. Tie it around your waist. Kira, make sure it's the longest rope you got. I got a plan.
Okay, so I tie a rope around my waist and look at Duel and say, "You owe me a marshmallow or two."
Alright, that is your turn. It
Yep.
is now Serenity's turn.
Okay. So on my turn, I'm going to take the time to explain. So Kira, here's what I want you to do. Take the other end of that long rope. Tie it to a heavy arrow you have. On your turn, I want you to launch that as high as you can up and over that heavy branch that's about 2 feet below where this guy's passed out. I want you to arc it up and across the tree. Now, make sense?
Yep.
Now, for my action or my movement, I want to move the opposite side of the tree to catch that arrow. And I'm going to actually pull on my next turn. I'm going to pull Smiley up to that in one quick rush as I run away from the tree with the rope.
Okay.
What, like I'm a kite?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
How close are you gonna get to this fire?
I'm going to skim it. I'm going to book it straight past. I'm going to do my dash to just go as quick and as far as I can to give a good opposite side of the tree location.
Like here, you thinking?
Up one, right one. There you go. That'll give me a good straight across the tree from where Kira's at so she can make that shot. And I can get the arrow on the way down, grab that
Okay.
rope, and on the next turn, I'm going to rip her ass up the tree.
Speaking of turns, it is now Kira's turn.
Done. Gone. Bye. Shot.
Shot.
Over.
Okay.
Aimed a little high because my last one was a little low. So
Just don't hit Cree.
Oh, that would suck if you actually impaled him. Sorry, dude. We tried to save you, but we shot you instead.
That would be a critical fail if she rolled a 1.
Yeah, that would be a nat one.
You have now castrated him in the tree.
It is coming to right about here, so that arrow lands right there.
Okay, perfect. So it lands there. That means the rope's going to fall directly on my head. Awesome.
No, that's where it lands. The arrow lands there, but the rope kind of around your head.
Beautiful. Nice shot.
Yay! Well done, Duel. No, sorry, Kira.
Teamwork.
It was all her.
Oh, you son of a gun! There's a token browser. Son of a gun. Instead of making circles, I could have made you guys actual tokens.
Now
he
you
tells
know.
us.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. It's working.
Time.
Okay, it is now Cyril's turn. What do you
All
do?
right. So,
Oh,
I want.
my apologies. It is the slime's turn. That is 100% my bad.
Okay.
Slime.
So these guys are trying to go up the tree. Cyril, the slime chasing you is able to get to you and attack.
Oof.
Risk it for the biscuit. Let's go.
I dropped my
Can't
dice.
touch this.
Watch it.
Can't touch
wiggle,
this, he missed.
see it jiggle.
Haha.
Now it's your turn.
Okay. Using my acrobatic and dexterity self here, I'm going to run my happy ass away, back towards where everybody else is, and I guess I'm going to be booking it for the next 3 turns.
Okay. Mark that down. It's first turn. It is now Smiley's turn.
Okay, I'm distracted because I'm thinking if he runs away from where he called the dragon, does the dragon go to where the sound echoed from, or does it actually know where the whistle is? I mean, how does this work? I'm curious. Okay, anyway, I'm up in the tree, right?
Nope, not
Not
yet.
yet.
Oh. Okay.
We're a little off. You're kind of before what happened, so you know it's coming.
So in
Brace
5th edition, you can do something called holding your action.
Okay.
So what that means is that you can set a certain amount of preconditioned things, and if those things happen, then you do something. Like, I'm waiting at the door. The first person I see come through that door, I'm going to hit him in the head.
Okay. So I spit on my hands and rub them together. I'm ready to grab the tree branch.
Okay. Serenity is now your turn, or duel.
Okay. So, of course, I have a rope sitting on top of my head. Like, here it is. Yeah. So I grab that rope. I wrap it around my chest once. And I hold the end for me. And I turn and I book and dash as strong as and quick as I can away from the tree.
Okay. You get about to where the arrow's taught, and then you're like, "Arr."
She's little.
And you only rolled a 12.
Damn it. Okay.
So you're moving her, and Smiley, you're going, and it's kind of it starts off kind of slow or fast, then kind of slows down a little bit.
I get a face full of fire.
At this point, yeah, you're matching the fire basically. So you do get to the tree. You are going up the tree, but the fire is coming with you, and your feet are actually in the fire, and the flames licking your butt.
Duel, I'm not a marshmallow.
Oops, my bad.
Could use different words, but I am gonna stick with it.
Okay, so that was my movement. Do I still have an action?
No, your action was to tie the rope and to try to pull her.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you're not just using your legs, you're using your whole body, so it was a strength check instead of a dex check.
Okay, gotcha. And I'm a
Okay.
wimpy barbarian.
You
It was
rolled a
low
6
level.
and you rolled a 10 and, oh no, sorry, you rolled a 7, you got 12.
Oof.
I suck.
Kira, is now your turn.
So Smiley's on her way up the tree. I had already before that I had shot an arrow and it's kind of hanging in the tree, right? With the rope,
Correct.
with a different rope. Okay. Take a running jump over the slimes and grab for that rope. Try and get up the tree myself.
Okay, I'm just gonna pre-warn you because I can't represent on the map. That is like the heart of the fire. And it's rising up that tree pretty quick.
Can you run over and help pull?
Can I do that? Is that 2 actions or a move and an action?
That would be a move and an action.
Okay, I'm gonna help him get her up. Run around and help
Okay.
pull.
So how do you do this? Do you cut into the slime square? Do you go around the slime? How do you do this?
I'm gonna go around the slime. Because, yeah. Isn't Slimy on fire?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Go around the Slimy.
You reach right about there before your movement's done.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Can I reach the rope?
No.
Okay.
The angle right here in front of you is so hellacious because it arced over the whole
Okay.
tree.
Can you jump and grab it? Is that a movement or what is that?
No.
No, okay.
It's way
That's
too high up.
Okay. That's
Okay, I'm gonna maybe pull a trick out of Cyros. Can I dash over?
You can get there, but then you can't do anything to help that turn.
Well, I can't do anything to help with this turn either. So let's finish it and get there.
Okay.
I can't do anything at the moment, so
Okay. So you guys are kind of occupying the same space.
I'm prepped to help next time.
Okay. It is now Smiley's turn. Smiley, what are you doing?
I'm trying to. Okay, I'm actually touching the tree, right?
Correct. Your boots on the ground. I mean, you can definitely feel it burning into your shoes, and your butt's starting to get roasted a little bit.
I want to try to climb up that tree as far as I can get.
Okay. So that is going to be a athletics. You're able to go get a couple hand grips, but then you kind of slip a little bit, so you make a little headway, but not a whole lot.
Okay,
Better than getting her butt toasted.
true.
And the fire moves up with you, and
Well,
you're a little further away from it, but not that much. Slime's turn. They're doing their thing. Cyril, yours chases after you like, wait for me, buddy! Cyril, it's your turn, my good sir.
And I use it
To run.
running right back. Yep.
Okay.
I got 2 more turns of running.
Serenity, your turn.
Okay. So, I want to do the motion you just talked about. So, my action...
Okay.
Let's see, wait. Action and movements, what I got, right? Okay, so my action, I want to hand the rope. I want to grab it and kind of pull it down a little bit and make sure to hand it to Kira so she can get a grip on it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I want to, I forgot what you called it, the delay the movement part until something occurs.
Okay.
Now, I want to delay that until Kira's turn when she starts running with that rope. That's when I want to apply my movement at the same time, distance, and speed in which she does. So it's 2 of us pulling at the same time on the same turn.
Okay, so here's the issue with that, and I'm going to explain it. It's the whole time with when people go, and you can't use an action or a movement. So you can't use an action and then delay an action. If that makes sense.
Wouldn't that be a movement?
To hand it off. But she can't accept the rope until her turn.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. So then what I want to do is delay mine until she has a chance to grab the rope and start to move. I'm going to move at the same time speed with her, applying my strength and weight at the same time she does.
Okay, so the way this is going to work out is we're going to add your modifier to her roll, because that's how assisting works.
Okay.
Okay.
You're the man with that. I just know I want 2 people pulling that rope to get Smiley up the
100%.
tree.
I'm just letting you know what's going on, because you're not going to see the roll for you, it's going to be for her.
Perfect. I'm good with that.
Okay. Wild Angel, or Kira, it is your turn. What do you do?
Grab the rope and run.
Okay.
We can do it!
Kind of holler at Smiley. Here we go.
Yes!
You are now zooming up that tree, Smiley.
Yay!
Maybe. Why do I get the feeling this is gonna
No.
end up bad?
I'm just thinking about it because she's sitting there with her hands on this rope. Now all of a sudden she's getting pulled at Mock Jesus.
Let go at the top.
I'm gonna give you a chance to grapple yourself, Smiley.
Thank you.
You hit that tree, and which one is it? Where's your saves? Save and throw modifiers. It's gonna be a dex. Oh, come on, fine. You go flying over this branch. I mean, head over heels. You're barely able to like let go with one hand and grab onto the branch, and you're holding on for dear life. They almost sent you on the other side.
Great.
Oops.
Too much assist.
My bad.
Okay, so it is now the slime's turn. Jump, 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 jump. Inch, inch, inch.
Wiggle.
Smiley,
This is some
we're on
evil
Cyro.
Joel.
Cyro goes first. Cyro, I take it you're running. So you reach. Oh, come on, don't find. Fine. Boom. You're there. You're on the map. He's on the map, guys.
Woo!
Yay.
Woohoo!
And then, Smiley, it's your turn. What do you do?
What can I do?
You can attempt to pull yourself up. You
Okay,
can
that's
drop.
what I want to do.
Okay.
No. I want to go up higher. I want to get to Qrow.
You might have went over him. We don't know.
You're able to pull yourself onto the branch.
Yay! Out of the fire.
You were out of the fire when you got sent way high up.
Oh, cool! Yay!
He
Okay,
saved her.
so do I have anything else I can do, or is my turn over?
That's your action.
Okay, cool.
It is now Serenity's turn.
Okay, so help me out here. I need to picture. So when we pulled the rope,
Okay.
Smiley let go of it. So what happened to the rope? Did it come flying out to us into a ball?
It probably came over, and then as soon as it lost its focal point, it dropped down. It didn't like come piled up to you nice and neat. It's just kind of laid barren across this whole thing.
Okay. So we have a pile of rope. We have Wild Angel has one pile of it. I have some in my hand. So can I, and I don't know if I'm capable to do this, can I reach in Kira's pack, grab one of her arrows, and move to the, let's see, that's 2 actions. Trying to think somehow I can take the other end of the rope and prepare it for her to shoot up to Smiley, so she can tie it securely and make a basically a zip line.
Right.
See where I'm going with this, guys?
I do.
There is already one up there.
Where's the other end?
You don't. This
On
side.
the other side.
That's a dumb
And
place.
at this point, it is probably no
Toast.
good. It's been laying in the fire for a bit now.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
You don't have to like reach into her pack or anything. She's got a quiver on her back or somewhere on her body. However you roleplay that, it's up to you. Marley.
So it's not an action to grab it then?
No, but it's gonna. I think you guys are out of rope. I hate to say it.
Right, but if we use the one that we just pulled Smiley up with, turn right around and tie that to an arrow, and then on her next turn shoot it up, that becomes the zip line.
Okay.
So we know it's long enough.
Right.
Yeah, they're
So we
holding
need-
the other end.
Right. So yeah,
So they
you can
fire
tie
from
that.
it.
You can tie that
Right.
rope, but it's gonna. The way I see it, it's going to try to pull it down because when you're shooting it from like a coil behind you, you're taking that weight away
Right.
from you. But if it's laying
Right.
down this way, it's going to pull on it weird. If that makes sense.
It is. It'll
So
change
you
the
absolutely
dynamics.
can shoot it up and try to stick in the tree, but in doing so, the DC to hit that mark is going to be a lot higher.
What I'm wanting to do is
pulled rope.
arch it. Huh?
Pull the rope.
Reel the
Hold
rope
on.
in.
Okay.
Reel it
Fresh.
in.
Okay. I can do that. So I'll go ahead and reel it in, and right there by Kira, so that way we are set for her turn.
Okay. So you reel it in. A lot of rope. Nah, screw it. You get all of it. So you get all like nice
I
little
need extra
pile.
marshmallows.
Get extra marshmallows.
He's a marshmallow powered bear.
That's right. Hey, sugar, it works.
Kira, it's now your turn.
Grab a loose end, tie it on, shoot it up above
Okay.
Smiley.
Kira. Natural 20.
Wow.
That's the best
Ooh.
roll ever.
Roll
This
it in.
arrow is beautiful. I mean, like you can tell. They call like the zone when it's archery, and you
Ooh.
felt you just entered that zone, and you looked, and you just felt the world around you. Hey, mouse. And you let go, and
Hi, mouse.
the sound of that arrow, you just knew before it even hit its mark. You knew it was gonna hit.
Yeah.
That arrow stuck right at the top on the other side of the guy you're trying to save. Calm down.
Nice shot, Kira.
And the rope just
Laid beautifully.
you. Epic shot.
That is the shot stories are made of.
That is the first natural 20 we've had since playing.
Yay.
Okay.
Nicely done.
Where you want, Butthead?
Hi,
Where
Mouse.
You want, Butthead?
Mouse wants to play.
Yeah.
She sees me getting very animated, and she's like,
Hi,
Playtime?
mouse.
"Alright, Slime's turn." Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Jump. Cyril, your turn, good sir.
All right. I would like to move towards, diagonal fashion towards
Okay.
the tree. Okay.
Okay, that's your movement.
Yeah, that was just the movement, right?
Okay. Yep, that was just your movement.
All right. Whilst I am here, I would like to utilize my cantrip Control Flames.
Okay.
And I would like to expand, instantaneously extinguish the flames that are creeping up the tree.
Nice.
Can you, is that one of the options, extinguish?
Yes. I can either instantaneously expand the flame 5 feet in one direction, providing that a fuel source, i.e. hopefully the slimes, is there, or I can extinguish the flames within the 5-foot cube.
Your 5-foot cube, that's pretty big. You're able to do a portion of it. So I'll let you
Yeah.
choose the portion, because you can choose this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy.
I would like to do the portion that is closest to the branch that Selena and Cree
Cree.
are on.
They're like, if I remember correctly, they're like 30 yards, I think is what I said. 30
Yes, I
yards
get
in the
that.
tree. That fire is not even close to them.
That's okay. But whichever side of the tree is under that branch.
Okay, cool. You get about 5 foot by 5 foot. You all know what a cube is of that corner right there.
Cool.
And as you wield the arcane energies and you cast your spell, you can see that these slimes turn around.
Ooh.
They like
They're
that.
sensitive.
They like you. You have friends.
Smiley, it's your turn. What are you doing?
Ooh.
I
So-
hate cardio.
Let me give some perspective. You're about 5 yards from the guy sleeping in the tree.
Okay, I need to go up to the guy sleeping in the tree.
Correct.
I don't even know he's sleeping. He just has his eyes closed, right? He could be dead.
This is true. He's kind of like,
Okay. Well, I'll climb up to Cree so I can check on him on the next turn.
perfect.
Yay.
I was really scared you were gonna roll low.
No, that's just me.
You climb up that tree and you're right next to him. And that
Cool.
is your turn. Serenity is your turn. Or do
Okay. So, real quick, I'm going to throw the plan together. So, here's what we got to do, ladies. We need to make a zip line. So, Smiley, I'm going to need you to tie that rope off at the top on your next turn to secure it. Wild Angel, we have to tie the other end to a tree or some anchor point down below to create a slide that we can do. Now, real quick analysis. Smiley, do you have anything to tie or secure Qrow to the zip line with, or do we need to get you a piece of rope or something like that? Or can you pull up enough to make one from the
Chop it
excess and cut it off? Do you have a knife to cut with? Do you need something for a handle to slide down with? What do we need, real quick, to assess this on the next turn so we can start getting people out of the tree?
Okay, I don't think I have rope. Do I have rope? I don't see it.
It's attached to the tree now with an arrow.
You could pull excess up and cut it off if we have enough to
Okay.
anchor it down below.
I can do that. I have 2 daggers,
Woohoo!
so I can cut the rope.
Perfect.
And then, should I slide down with my bagpipes?
Oh, that would be epic.
That would be. Okay, so you need to pull up enough to make a harness or some way to tie Qrow to the rope. You know, just a loop wrapped around his waist or something, give him a Swiss seat kind of set up, and then shove his ass down the rope. Do I need to throw you up anything to make a slide mechanism to accommodate for that? Or are you prepared?
Well, here's my thing. I was like, am I going to throw this guy on my back and carry him as I zip line down the rope? Because that's what I'd like to do. And then I just loop the bagpipes over the rope and hang on to both sides and then just go, shoo.
That's a possibility. Can you handle the strength? Can you handle the weight?
I don't actually know how to check how much weight I can handle, like
You have
a person.
You have +1.
Is that athletics?
No, that's your strength.
Yeah, strength.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to give it a try because it's our only shot. So if he hurts me, he hurts me.
Well, that's what I was thinking. You could pull up an extra piece of rope, cut off like a 6-foot chunk, wrap it around
Right.
him, tie
Right.
him, and just slide his ass down, and then you come down on your own. That way, it's not risking you at the same time. But whatever
Just
you
tie
guys
it
want to
around
do,
his waist?
just hang it from him.
You can carry maximum comfortably, like on a backpack. You could carry about 200 pounds be pushing it, and he is way heavier than 200 pounds.
Oh, this is a big guy. Okay,
Yeah,
then.
big.
And he's in full armor, or he's in chainmail. My bad.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, then I'm gonna attempt. Well, it's not my turn though, right?
Right. No, it's still mine, but I want to know if I need to send you anything up to accommodate this.
I'm gonna need to tie rope around him. Do I have enough slack for that?
Pull up what you need. We have plenty.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'm going to look around for the anchor point for the other side of the tree.
We'll tie it to you.
I want to make sure it's not a roll, so I want to see if I can get something secure. What's the closest tree to me, or closest point I can anchor it?
Closest tree is 5, 10, 15, 20. About 60 yards. Or sorry,
Yeah,
not
I don't
yards,
think
feet.
we
my
have
bad.
that much.
Yeah, the rope's not that long.
Do we have any
Nope,
pitons?
it's not. So I'm going to take the rope that we have our end, and I'm going to wrap it around me twice and wrap it around Kira twice, and then tie a hell of a knot because we're both going to be the anchor point. Making sure that Smiley has plenty of slack to pull up to her.
Okay. That is your turn.
Oh, even better, maybe.
Kira, it is now your turn.
Rummaging in my pack once again to give us a ground anchor.
Ooh.
Pounding in a piton or a couple of them.
Nice.
Would you use your pythons? No, you guys slept in hammocks. Okay. I'll allow it. Yeah, if you guys set up tents, I'd be like, you have to use those for camping. That's how you secure your tent down to the ground.
I have 10 of them anyway.
Yeah, we used hammocks.
You guys use
Um,
hammocks.
So, anchor it in. Give us at least a couple of ground anchors.
Here's the issue. He's now tied. I guess, is there enough slack to tie to you two and a python?
I don't know.
I don't think there is, because you
Okay.
are on the very end of it, tying the knot, so you'd have to undo the knot to tie it off. That makes
What if
sense.
we hammer in and we just grab them? We lay down to use our body weight and hold on to those. We grab them with our anchor. That's us.
Guess we
Okay. What he said.
do. They're hammered in.
Okay. Hand flop on top of it.
So,
So while she's hammering real quick,
Hammer,
can I
flop.
holler at Sai and say, hey, is there anything you can do to lighten the load as they slide down or help assist in this rescue process?
Yeah, I'll do something for you.
Right on. I'll shut up now.
the slimes turn. Look at Cyril. This one moves up. This one moves up. And this one moves up. And this one, it's coming. He's coming. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're gonna leave it off for the night.
Oh, that's a cliffhanger or a tree hanger.
That is. That is.
Nice.
That was good.
It
And
was
no,
fun.
I like this. This
Yeah.
turned into a hell of an adventure.
We're
So-
bonding.
Real quick, I want to have a quick discussion with everyone here.
Mhm.
What just occurred about 5 minutes ago is something we in the D&D community call metagaming. It's where you're sitting there on one guy's turn and you're discussing a plan. You do this, I do this, then this happens, and this happens. You can't be doing that because everything.
Oh.
You got 3 seconds.
Okay.
So
My bad.
on your turns, you can't have full on like, do you need anything? Can I get you anything? Okay. How about you do this and you do this? Another issue is that can also potentially have someone who has really good ideas can dominate the space.
Okay.
So, Smiley's character has to think, what do I need to? Do I need to tie it off? Do I need to kind of just slide down it? I gotta hope that the people on the other end are helping me out, anchoring it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
when you're talking in between rounds, when it's your turn or in between, it's gotta be very short. Like, do you need anything? That's all you can say.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I need this. Okay, then you can do something, but it's gotta be kind of short.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Small talk is absolutely fine though. Like out of game when you're talking and BSing, that's totally fine. But when it's turns and stuff, you don't want to. You know, if they're 3-second turns, you can't spend 5 minutes talking about it.
Gotcha.
Right. Over strategizing. Okay.
Exactly.
Sorry. My
You're
bad.
fine. You
I learned
don't
something
know.
new today.
It's not like you've been gaming for 5 years and I'm like, shame. Shame.
Not this kind of gaming. I've been gaming other games, and yeah, I talk a lot during those, as you know. We discuss those in great detail. But
You know.
no, that's a great time, and I think this has definitely been enjoyable, and this was an experiment that I wasn't sure about, and so far I'm having a lot of fun. I want to know, are you guys having fun? Are you enjoying this? Doing this, every other week?
I am.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah.
It's like drugs.
I do my best to make sure I show up for the questing with Qrow stream days.
Unlike one
love
guy
that.
who's asleep and one guy who is abducted by the Wizard Council.
Right.
Yeah, he got kidnapped. That was crazy. But there is one guy who is doing an amazing job right now, and that is Sealy. Sealy just did his own load of bedding. He did laundry alone. Sealy, man,
That's-
nice job, buddy. Proud of you.
Yay!
Everyone from Down Home Crypto says, good job, buddy. Keep up the great work. We're proud of you. So, with that being said, guys, once again, this wraps up another crazy Freaky Friday. And if there's any topics you guys want to discuss or have any suggestions, hey, toss them in the Down Home Crypto channel. Jump in. Let's discuss them. Whatever you guys want to bring up, I'm happy to, because this is all about bonding as a family And it could be anything, whether it's from space aliens to the end of the world to the black hole and the artificial sun we just created, which are going to consume the Earth any day now. We're just waiting for it. Or just whatever's happening in your world, because this is what it's about. It's not always about how do I make money? How do I get rich? Should I invest in this? A lot of it is going through the tragedies of life, joys and tragedies, everything that we do, because that's where we learn, that's where we grow, and that's where we want to bond together. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in every Friday and just hanging out with family, having fun and growing and bonding together, because, man, it means the world to me. And so thank you very much. Don't forget, go out, spread some ducks, spread some joy, because there are other people out there that do not have these kind of bonding. So like I said before, make sure, support Project Duck Depression, spread some little yellow ducks out there, and let people know they're not alone in this world, because it's very easy to get overwhelmed and intimidated or just flat broken. And at that point in time, it's really hard. And if you do have anything like that, reach out to one of us, reach out to a professional, call a support line, whatever it takes. But remember, you're not alone in this world. You got family. We're always here for you, whatever we can do.
We love you all. Take care of yourselves this week. Have a blessed weekend.
Good night.
We'll talk to you later.
Good night.
Have a great
Night,
weekend.
guys. Love y'all. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.